I think the first thing to say about this, is that this is a real victory for China. Well done them, because if this is true, if this all pans out for DeepSeek, then they've gone and created this ChatGPT equivalent and these cheaper chips in the face of very, very severe restrictions from the Biden administration over the last 4 years. And being frank about it, the difficulty of getting hold of some of the commodities that you need to make these microchips. Water, for example, is scarce in parts of China, and you need water to make these microchips. But I will tell you, from Wall Street's perspective, it brings into very, very sharp relief the sort of concern that Wall Street has about investing in these Chinese ADRs that trade here. These are Chinese companies that trade in America under the tag ADR, American Depository Receipts. So Wall Street is nervous about investing in them, and just this kind of thing is why. Because on Friday, nobody here had ever heard of DeepSeek. Okay, now I want to be absolutely clear with you. That is partially true, all right? I hadn't heard of them. Most of the people on the floor hadn't heard of the company. There are specialist journalists who do nothing but this kind of stuff all the time who do know about them. And, of course, I think Meta Platforms has had some sort of relationship. But basically, they've gone in the space of 2 days from being a company no one in the West had ever heard of to dominating the international headlines and bringing down the global markets. Now, DeepSeek is a startup. It's based in Zhejiang in Hangzhou. And the buzz began over the weekend. And the buzz is that if they have really done this, really produced this equivalent to ChatGPT using much, much, much cheaper AI chips, then we have to reevaluate the high value of all the companies here like NVIDIA and Broadcom, which have been going up in value in the last couple of years based on their AI development. And NVIDIA, you must remember, their chips cost somewhere between $10,000 and $40,000 per chip, and you're going to need thousands of these things if you're going to have a data center. Well, apparently DeepSeek can do it much, much cheaper. So we will see. But that's forced this huge big tech sell-off over here. It calls into question the value of the Magnificent Seven, of course, and all of this just as the Magnificent Seven have begun announcing massive, what we call CapEx spending into AI projects. Now, they did a lot in 2024. They're promising to do even more, or they were, in 2025. So it's a challenge to Microsoft and Meta and all of that. However, as always, there's a caveat and questions to be raised. Number one question is, this is the only data point we've got. All we have is DeepSeek's word. And we can't look into their books. We can't see behind the DeepSeek curtain. So that's a problem. Also, the question is, will anyone actually buy the DeepSeek product? Will they go for it? They may not. Also, how is it actually going to be used, and how accurate is it? My understanding is it's very, very similar to ChatGPT, and you can switch between the two if you want to very, very super easily. But how accurate is it? That's going to be the thing that people will be most interested in.